Welcome to the Bud and Beer Podcast. I'm your host, Chris. With me today is...
Big Nate.
TZT in the cut.
Deuce. TJ.
Anthony.
Alright, today's episode, talking about esports becoming relevant.
What's
Do
up?
you guys watch esports at all?
Anybody watch anything besides FaZe Clan?
Yeah,
I'll
I
watch-
watch League of Legends.
I watched some CSGO.
Yeah, I watched some CSGO in the Siege Invitational.
Mm-hmm. I've seen CSGO, Overwatch, and I've seen a little bit of Street Fighters.
I've been
Cool.
watching
Comes to
Valorant
esports.
too. Valorant's really fun to watch.
Well,
Yeah, I've
Valorant-
heard about that, yeah.
Valorant is gonna come probably it's gonna appeal to the CSGO crowd because again, it's kind of the same thing, but now you're adding heroes with abilities
Mhm.
to the
I
game.
like it because it's kind of like CS:GO and Overwatch, but it's
Yeah.
it's not as boring as Overwatch because Overwatch is so unfun to play.
Yeah.
But Valorant's
Yeah.
fun because your skill actually matters and it's not just all about the character you play.
I used to be big into actually TF2, CSGO, and Overwatch. So you'd think that Valorant would be the perfect game for me, but I've never installed it.
Bruh.
It's
really
really,
fun.
fun. The only thing that sucks about it is the anti-cheat where they get to download.
Yeah, it's a little.
I
Yeah,
don't-
and it fucks
it's a
other
little bit
things on your computer.
intrusive.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty fucky. I do like Valorant more because
I also
it
don't
feels so much like a CSGO game where shooting, it all depends on your aim and everything like that, and not so much the abilities. The abilities just help with the
Mhm.
Yeah, I do have a problem with Valorant though. The Chinese connection. It's
I-
transmitting your data to Chinese servers.
I mean, the company
Oh,
that
yeah,
owns
that is
it
true.
basically owns most of the games you play anyways.
Yeah.
So it's not that big of a deal.
And
At this point, man, fucking China has all my data, bro.
Yeah.
They know everything about me.
At this
bro.
point, China, Google, all of them. Did y'all hear that Nintendo they got caught again? They were sending all the people who get the Switch, their info to Google. And they had been caught before, and they told them to stop, and now they're doing it again.
It's just
That
you
doesn't
make
surprise
so
me.
much money
Yeah.
off of that.
Yeah, just info.
They'll pay. These companies will pay millions of dollars for people's information,
Mm.
and just so
It's
they
all
can
just
sell.
to advertise to
Yeah,
them.
just so they can sell better ads to you. That's
Yeah.
it.
A lot of people are like, I like the better ads because I should actually buy it. No, that's the problem. Is then you're like, oh man, I need to buy that now. Those shits on my wall, that's off a fucking Snapchat ad. I got played. I really got played. I'm the guy who's like, no, I never buy shit off ads. And then I bought something off a fucking ad.
For those of you that can't see because you're not here, TJ's talking about two Snapchat pictures that have the snap
It's-
code on
They're
it.
not
Oh,
It's
Spotify.
not
I mean, it's
Spotify.
not Snap. I
It's
mean Spotify.
It's
Yeah.
like a
Fucked up
screenshot
Spotify.
of a Spotify album printed onto some acrylic, and it's see-through. So
Mhm.
it's a cool product, but the way that they were hyping it up made it seem like it was glass, and I kind of got fucked when I opened it. I'm like, wow, this really cost them 10 cents to make, and they sold it to me for $20 a pop.
Yeah.
And you bought those 20.
Well,
bucks
10 a
each.
pop.
Damn, those ads
You got
suck.
scammed. That's scammed, bro.
Let's
Yeah.
get back to the topic at hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
Wait.
think the prize pool in esports 9 out of 10 is probably one of the greatest things ever.
Mm-hmm.
Especially games I think the prize pool for Call of Duty, man. Especially the game battles tournaments that go on is definitely some of the hardest things.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you look at games like League and Dota, they have the biggest prize pool in the world for
Mm.
esports.
Well, what about Fortnite? Because I feel like Fortnite's coming up on it now.
Fortnite-
But that's
got,
not esports.
That's
Yeah,
not-
it kind of is now.
Yeah.
It
No.
kind of is now.
They did-
I mean, but
They did
Ninja.
the
I
whole
feel like
Tfue, they
esports
made it
organizations
esports, you know what I'm
play
saying?
in Fortnite, but
Yeah,
it's
they-
on a downhill slope.
It's
Yeah.
esports as long as the companies and corporations that host the events can make money. That's
Yeah.
literally it.
But
So
I feel
as
like-
long as they're making money off Ninja, Tfue, all that at the Fortnite event, and all the 6-year-olds are creaming their little pants to fucking
Flossing.
Yeah, yeah, all that shit.
But
They're
that's still
making
not
money.
esports because I feel like esports never hosted, MOG never hosted a Fortnite tournament. Epic
Yeah, yeah.
Games did.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't count that as
fell off,
esports.
That's
bro.
true, but yeah,
MOG never fell off.
But it's
Yeah, but does that mean that Evo, what's it called,
Yeah, yeah.
fighting
Rainbow
games, are those not,
Siege.
Yeah.
what's called esport
like the
games?
Siege Invitational and stuff. That's definitely what I
Game
would
battles, yeah, that's
consider
under Games
esports.
Battles. Games Battles is
I mean,
sponsored.
Yeah,
if
it's
you
a battle
look at it,
royale.
all the League of
But no,
Legends
I'm
and
saying
Dotas,
when you
all the Dota
think
thing is run by
Fortnite,
Valve,
when you
and
think
all
of
the League of Legends is
when you
ranked
think
by
of the
Riot,
4 or
there's no
5
MLG, there's
Fortnite
no
tournaments
this.
they've had, they were all done under Epic Games. They were never done under MLG or Game Battles or this.
Well, that's also
or that.
just because
Well, yeah,
Epic,
but-
Epic
yeah,
Games
but-
has the
Riot doesn't
Epic Games
do
has
what's
that
it
money.
Yeah,
They-
yeah,
Basically,
they're
what I'm
able to
saying-
like they're
It's
able to like
because-
pay for
yeah,
that and
it's
host their
because
own.
they
Okay,
have the
but
money to
I'm
do that.
saying his question: would you count that as esports? No.
Yes.
But does that mean you
No,
wouldn't?
it's
does
not
that-
under
It doesn't, it
MLG.
doesn't have to, because
Yeah, it
Riot
doesn't have to.
Games does League of Legends themselves. Dota is
Yeah.
done by Valve. Neither of those are
Yeah.
MLG.
But
or
that-
Same with
because
Siege.
they have the money.
And I'd say
to do it
Siege is one of the
themselves.
most.
Yes, they
So why
do,
would
but
you,
it's
why
not.
would you
out
have
there.
MLG do it for you when you can do it all yourself?
But
and
what
make
I'm
all
saying
the
is,
profit?
if there's not continuous tournaments, it's not an e-sport. It's just, oh, they had this tournament, they gave out this much money. It's not. You don't see
Okay,
season
I
two,
see what you're saying.
Okay, no,
Call
I
of
see
Duty
what you're
saying.
season,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
you
I
have
get what
season
you're
three
saying.
which is true.
like
of,
League
of
with like
Epic.
So,
yeah,
what year-
or
and all
not
that
Epic,
sort of
but
shit.
yeah,
What
Like,
year-
it's not
Rainbow.
a
Yeah.
sustaining one that like you will see
Like
every single
2K,
year.
like 2K has esports
yeah,
tournaments.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you
Every
mean.
2K,
yeah.
Madden, same
I
thing.
don't know if that matters, because it's just like they don't. It's not a. They don't have a league. It's still
Mhm.
esports.
That's
like,
what I'm saying. And
think of tennis. Tennis, all of it is tournaments. There's no there's not a season. Like, you don't play games and then how good you do in those games.
you move
go to
on,
playoffs.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like tennis.
And even then, even before, if we go back to like 2K14, 2K15, they had money prize pools, which were tournaments. They were known as 2K tournaments, not
Yeah, yeah.
esports tournaments.
Yeah.
Which
So-
is what they're doing now.
And
with
then
most
when you
games.
had the people come in, like, professional teams start drafting players,
Yep.
they became esports players at that point. Before they were just streamers.
But
and
Fortnite
such.
is just like they bring all the streamers together and.
That's what I'm
throw
saying. You
money in
wouldn't
their
classify.
face.
You would say esports players play in Fortnite tournaments. You wouldn't say, oh,
Yeah.
these Fortnite players are esports.
Yeah, the
players.
Fortnite tournaments aren't esport events, while like something
Exactly.
like the
So-
Siege Invitational or
yeah.
Dota or
Like I
League of
say,
Legends is an
Epic
esports
had,
competitive
if Epic
event.
were to have like a
Yeah.
season 6 tournament, season 7 tournament, season 8 tournament, for every season they drop, then they would be considered esports,
Well, I think
even if they're under their own
I think
brand.
that's
Well,
what
then-
they're doing now. That's what they're doing now.
Yeah,
They got their
I-
first tournament out, and now they're trying to do more for each season.
Yeah,
at the
but
end of the season.
That's the thing. They had like, what was it? They had season 8. They had 3 tournaments. They had 3 season 8 tournaments, and then 1 season 9 tournament, and then there hasn't been a tournament since.
Well, that's because of COVID and everything that
Yeah,
happened.
COVID has
Same
kinda
with
Even
fucked
getting
it.
people together. There's still been Call of Duty tournaments and
Oh,
Well, yeah, that's
other-
true.
Yeah,
But again,
through
it's a
online.
computer game.
No,
so you
Esports
got
is
to
the
do it
They've
all
been in the
online.
same stage.
Esports, I
Under
feel,
caffeine, caffeine's been doing a lot.
So
Oh,
I
wow.
feel that esports is the one sport that has, although it has been affected, it hasn't been totally shut down by COVID. And
Because,
in fact,
yeah.
I think I'd make the argument that it's been boosted because of COVID.
Because it
More
can be
people-
hosted
I think they're putting their
entirely
own
online.
box. I think they're
'Cause
putting
you
their
look
own
at
box.
things like Dota and League of Legends. League of Legends decided to do a smaller tournament this year because there's not a much sense of they're not gonna make as much money by putting it on because they can't sell
Yeah,
tickets.
I mean, you
because
can
they
sell
the
tickets.
tickets or get like the
Yeah.
profits behind
And
it.
then
Yeah.
people can't come from across, so that's
Yeah.
why they're redoing the China for next year.
Yeah, I mean, you can sell tickets, but it'd be harder because no one wants to buy
Yeah, 'cause no
tickets.
one-
then-
Nobody wants to buy tickets.
and then you go on
out during
Twitch
COVID.
and someone's streaming it saying they're playing their own game of Dota.
Yeah.
So, let's switch it up. What y'all think about the new Cyberpunk game coming out with Keanu Reeves?
I am very hyped. for
Yeah,
it.
I'm pretty hyped. It's looking like it's gonna be kind of a more detailed, futuristic GTA 5 game, which is like I didn't think that was possible because like GTA 5 was definitely one of my favorite games of all time. The story was so detailed.
Personally, what will make or break Cyberpunk for me will be the controls, because I feel like if it has that kind of like PS3 era open world game controls where everything
Like Watch Dogs.
yeah,
that
I don't
type of
fuck
shit.
with Watch
You like
Dogs
Watch? I don't fuck
controls.
with Watch Dogs.
I want it to be if it's an open world game, I feel like GTA, as much as people might not be used to the controls, I feel like GTA got it right
Yeah.
because it just feels natural. It doesn't
Yeah.
feel like it doesn't feel fake.
It's
Not
very
really.
even the gameplay mechanics are centered around the whole idea of the game, which is you're living a life in this character. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
whatever. Like you can play golf. You can go to the strip club and get a bunch of bitches on your dick. Like you can do whatever you want.
I feel like
And
the
it
movement-
caters to that pretty
like
well.
The movement will be pretty okay because like there's tons of games now that have great movement. I don't know if you ever played Warframe. But
Mhm.
it's like you're a
Yeah.
Space Ninja.
Oh, no, Warframe.
Yeah.
And
That's
that
a
game
great
is
game.
amazing. It feels so fluid to play, and that's made by an indie studio.
Yeah.
So something like CD Projekt Red, I'm pretty sure they can make something.
I played
I think so,
Warframe, and
too.
Warframe literally, it's all about movement. The game,
Mhm.
literally, I was able to play to where I can literally start at the beginning of the map and literally just jump and like parkour my way through
Yeah.
the entire level without having to be stopped by any enemies. I can literally just get to the map, go to my destination, complete it, and get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
It's a fun game.
It's a fun game, and again,
So,
once you master like movement through the game,
Mhm.
limitless.
What
Limitless
what
bounds.
I'm like really wondering about Cyberpunk is the whole story arc, because you can choose from 3 different storylines to follow, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure like once you choose, I believe it's like you can be like in a major corporation, like just making money that way, or you can be like in a gang that like a nomad gang on the outskirts of the city that drives around and shit. It's pretty cool. Or you can just be like a straight hood rat. But I'm wondering if they're gonna like blend the stories together, or if you're only gonna be able to follow like one story arc. You know what I'm
You
saying?
think kind of like
Pretty sure it'll
Skyrim,
be
where you
like-
can.
No.
Pretty sure.
Talking about like Skyrim, where you can like if you're
Yeah.
going one, you can still branch off
Yes,
and use the other
exactly.
one.
Yeah.
Hopefully they do. That.
I'm
Because again,
hoping they do.
I
Yeah.
don't think they'd make it to where you choose this. This is all you can do. I don't
Yeah.
think
Yeah, I don't think they're
Yeah,
gonna make
yeah,
it that
like Fallout
restricted.
that's
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
intuitive.
Fallout 4, what I think pissed me off about that game was like, when once you made your decision and you had to make, and if you just played the game like for the first time, you would go with the shittiest like alliance
Yeah.
ever every time, because the game basically like it made you. Like that's what I hated about
Yeah.
Fallout 4 is that it was like locked. So I'm hoping that
Well-
Cyberpunk story will be a lot more fluid. But what I don't really, the story, although I'll play it, I think what really makes or breaks an open world game and what gives it its longevity has to be the online.
Yeah.
If they can do a good online, like if they can do what GTA 5 has done but better, because GTA 5 has its flaws, then I think it will be a timeless classic.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it would be some
I
interesting.
feel like they're really straying away from the multiplayer aspect of the game. Like all the trailers that I have seen are complete like story mode focused. And while I do want a really good multiplayer, what like I see when I look at Cyberpunk is more of a Fallout-esque type game, just single player.
Right now, I'm pretty sure
story.
they're thinking more just like role playing single
Yeah,
player games.
exactly.
There's an online. I feel like that's a bonus.
Yeah.
But right now, you got to walk into this game knowing, okay, this is a
Mhm.
single player game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I think will make or break it for a lot of people. Also, when it comes to like completely single player games, what makes or breaks it is a quick save option.
Yeah, that's true.
Like as long as they have a quick save option, I'm good. Cause like with Fallout 4, every time I walk into a building that's like got something to do with the main part of the story, pause, quick save. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking video game characters and they see you quick save.
yeah,
Like, oh,
take out a weapon. Like damn, finna mark
Damn,
'em.
bro.
Do you think that Cyberpunk will almost become like a Mass Effect, like S type game?
I think. Well, wasn't Mass Effect?
Mass
Are you
Effect
talking about
had,
Andromeda?
Are you talking
No,
about
not
the
the.
series as
I'm
a
just
whole?
talking about the
The
series,
series
as
as
a
a
whole. Like
whole.
those games. Like, cause wasn't it all almost
Single
like
player.
a single player?
Yeah.
It was open world. You can
And
like
you choose
find your
yours,
ship everywhere.
yeah.
Like you could choose a lot of the things you wanted
Yeah,
to do.
I think it will be like that. Just centered
Without,
in
like,
in
Yeah.
what is it called? The city? Do y'all know?
I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
used to remember. Yeah,
I don't know.
can't remember.
but yeah,
'Cause
it's
Mass
just.
Effect, it's like planets and shit. But like
Yeah.
this one would be probably more focused on like
It's
the
probably,
city
like-
and everything.
But I think.
Probably like a futuristic,
I don't
like
think
New
it'll be
York
like-
or like
I don't think
Yeah,
it'll be
yeah,
the
yeah.
same
some
as Mass
futuristic
Effect,
city.
because Mass Effect was more of like you'd have a thing to do and you would have to make decisions
Yeah.
to get through. It wasn't like
You had a very
Yeah.
structured
it was very
storyline.
structured,
Yeah.
It wasn't as open world as something like Cyberpunk.
It was more you could make choices with the like in the relationships that you had with the other characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a different type of game.
It was a good game though, but I definitely think Cyberpunk's just gonna take more Fallout 4 type turn, which I'm completely happy for. I really liked Fallout, like the whole Fallout series, and CD Projekt Red looks like they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I've never really played Fallout. Like when it comes to like open world single player games, I've played like Assassin's Creed and those types of games.
That's a good game series.
And again,
but
Assassin's Creed. That's a
yeah.
amazing one.
Excellent.
I want to get Valhalla also. I
Yeah.
wanna get Assassin's
I got
Creed
Valhalla and it's really good.
Yeah,
I
It's
love
sick.
the Assassin's Creed series, but it really makes me mad that they've kind of strayed away from the
The assassin part
Yup.
of the
They
fucking-
really
the
have.
The assassin part.
hardcore part is just like It just felt like when you played like the whole Ezio collection,
Mhm.
those 3 games.
You felt like an assassin.
Yes, you
Yeah.
felt, it felt so much fun.
Also, like the peak of Assassin's Creed, honestly, for me was 3.
Yeah,
3
was,
was so
3 was
good
good.
because
I
it
would
was
say
perfect.
Brotherhood, yes.
Brotherhood.
I would say
Brotherhood,
3.
no,
Bloodlines.
3.
After
Unity.
that, I feel like it went
Did you
Red
play
Alert.
3
Black
all the way,
Flag.
though?
I'm
Black
pretty
Flag
sure-
was good.
Black Flag
I'm
was
pretty
fun.
sure I was Brotherhood. I played Brotherhood, and I played Brotherhood all the way through. I
But-
100% of the game,
but
got his best
Brotherhood,
armor,
for sure.
weapons, and shit like that,
So,
and I was
my
like
problem with
fucking
Assassin's Creed.
beast mode at it.
I think Assassin's Creed went wrong by trying to milk it too hard, too fast. They started doing yearly releases, which I think killed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
But
No.
also,
5,
what
6
no,
million.
what
No, it
killed it
Dude,
was
what?
Ubisoft made Assassin's Creed a Ubisoft game.
Oh, UB always ruins shit.
I know, and it's just like
Man, like
That's-
Big Ben pulled up late.
for real.
What's up, man?
Let's go to bed.
Everyone clap up.
Yeah, wait.
I feel so honored.
Now go
You
get us
should
some
be.
donuts. No.
Go get the wood.
Oh, we should get Taco Cabana later.
Oh, we should
Taco
go
V,
shit on
Taco
Taco
Vallarta.
Cabana's fucking porch.
Taco Vallarta, please sponsor us.
Bro, I think we should just make an
Hold up. Actually, quick ad break while we're
Yeah,
doing this.
before we get into the Logan Paul Mayweather thing and brings us into our sponsors, Weed Maps. Yes, sir.
Allegedly.
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 Weed Maps is a service that helps you locate your nearest dispensary, whether that be for CBD or THC products. Learn more at weedmaps.com/Raw Brunch. That's not a real fucking link, by the way.
Alright, I think we
Dude,
should.
I fucking love when TJ.
Allegedly.
I think
Allegedly.
we should just make Cyberpunk like a category every podcast until it comes out. 'Cause
I don't
feel like
see. That's the
Facts.
thing. I don't.
We've
Facts.
talked about it. We've talked about it twice already.
I'm
I've
done.
never heard of Cyberpunk. I don't see the hype about it.
Just
Yeah.
say
What?
Look
You
into
niggas
it.
are the
Jesus.
first people I've heard actually speak about it.
Our
Right.
massive,
It's games.
our massive viewer
I don't-
count is gonna be infuriated that
Yeah.
you're hating on
Actually,
Cyberpunk
dude,
I don't
right
think
now,
so.
dude.
Hate on
Yeah,
it.
Actually,
for
quick
real.
interjection here. Shout out to the fans. First podcast ever on a channel with no subscribers. We got 81 views in the first week. That doesn't sound like a lot. That's really impressive.
Again, that's
So
a lot
thank-
for like.
So thank you
where we're
guys for
coming
listening.
from.
Thank you
Yeah.
guys
Which
for
is
listening.
nothing.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Dude, we're basically PewDiePie now.
Yeah, we appreciate. We appreciate
Well,
it,
honestly,
guys.
coming-
It is
for 'em.
every day,
I'll
bro,
focus
on
with the Disney Channel.
No, that's
It is every
I
day,
guess
bro,
that's
with
a
the
good
Disney.
segue into
Alright,
the
alright.
Logan Paul.
Yeah,
thing.
facts.
Why
Shout out-
Mayweather?
Oh my God,
Why
why is
I
Mayweather?
know.
And
Bro.
if you go 50-1, I swear to God, bro.
Bro, I don't see it.
Is anyone expecting
Imagine,
a
though.
fight though? Because if even
This
if
is just gonna-
Mayweather
this is gonna be a
did fight him,
massacre.
it's
Dude,
gonna
no,
be a
the thing is,
massacre, yeah.
I
It's going to be a
expected it.
massacre.
I expected it when KSI was talking about it, and then we never heard from Logan Paul. And the first thing he talks about is this.
I don't know, man.
And
It
again,
just
this is
seems like,
after fucking Jake Paul got that.
And then
fucking
in like
weapon.
recent
Yeah.
pictures, especially like when he's been seen with TMZ, dude's lost like a lot of weight. Like he looks skinny.
Has he been working out?
Well, I think
Like,
He's
training
been
like your
dropping
brother?
weight, yeah.
I think,
No, he's just been dropping weight.
No, he hasn't been like
Because
working out or
Mayweather-
anything.
For the Mayweather fight, he's gonna have to drop weight because Logan is.
That's what I'm
6
saying.
foot, Mayweather's 5'8".
Yeah.
So he's gonna have
Yeah.
to drop a lot of weight to fight Mayweather.
I don't see why a person who's 0-1-2 gets to really fight Mayweather.
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
it's all about the money.
It's all- yeah, it's all
You
about the
know it's gonna
hype, the
bring in
money.
views. You know, everyone wants to see it.
Is Mayweather that broke?
Probably. But
Yeah, I heard he's
No,
spent
yeah.
a lot.
I think he
After
spent
the-
a lot
after-
of money on hookers and cocaine, bro.
bunch of hookers you go.
Yes.
He has like
After-
a whole watch collection. They're all like $1 million watches
Mhm.
or some shit.
Who the
like
fuck
that.
is buying that?
He is.
My grandpa.
Mayweather.
Him and
Mayweather.
Gucci man.
My grandpa collects that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But who you
Alright.
think's gonna be
Again, I
on the
don't know why it's
undercard?
Logan Paul. Jake
You
Paul.
think
is the
we'll
one who
see
won this fight.
KSI
I
and
don't
Jake
know.
Paul on the
I don't know.
undercard?
Logan Paul's just gonna fucking get his ass kicked.
I don't know who's gonna be on the other card.
Logan
it's
Paul-
definitely gonna be. I
No.
feel like Jake will be on the other
KSI
card.
Jake
Jake
is
Paul.
definitely gonna be on. the
KSI
undercard.
Jake Paul needs to be on the undercard.
Oh no, yeah, they need to be on the undercard. KSI called him out, so they need to fight.
No,
to
no.
finish
Jake
it.
Paul called out KSI right after the fight in a video.
And again, then he was.
Jake Paul.
No,
also
yeah,
called
all
out
KSI
fucking
said he's seen nothing good
what's his
from
name?
Jake.
Oh.
Conor.
That's all he
McGregor.
said.
That's all he
Did
said.
you
But
see-
then good.
Did you even see? Because I could see like a McGregor.
Dude,
No.
Jake Paul,
Dude,
Jake-
McGregor would like. I feel like
No.
fighting
Dude,
McGregor, he would
Dude,
beat
Jake Paul called out
Logan's
McGregor
ass
after
more
the-
than Mayweather would.
No, I'm saying.
No,
you
he
could see for
wouldn't.
undercard, you could
I
see
wouldn't
Jake
say he'd
versus
beat
McGregor.
Jake's ass, but
No,
I
McGregor's not gonna.
I
waste
just
his time
don't
with
see
that.
it like.
Why? It's money, dude.
And
Do you
McGregor would
do you
just
realize
easily.
the paycheck they're gonna get from this?
Yeah. And
No, you
McGregor
make a
is
good
easy-
point now,
it's an
yeah.
easy
McGregor
win
is
for
not
him
about the money,
also.
and I saw him.
No,
put-
yeah, that's true. McGregor.
I saw him post on his Instagram that he's going back to the UFC, or I thought.
McGregor already
Or he
went
posted a
through-
meme, and the
McGregor
caption was
already went through
"Me
his
on my
money
way
phase.
back
He
to the
doesn't
office"
care
or
about
something like that. It was a hilarious meme.
McGregor
Connor
just likes
runs
to fuck
Instagram.
around.
Yeah, for real.
Connor, out of all the UFC, Connor and
Yeah, but
Izzy on Asanya,
McGregor's
out
able to
of,
back
Uh-huh.
up his stuff.
out of all of them, bro.
Not really. He talked so much shit to Khabib, and that's why Khabib beat him the way he did, because he wanted to make
Yeah.
a statement after McGregor
point.
talked shit the entire time about his family and everything.
Yeah.
That's because I think McGregor he got stuck in a downward spiral for a while there, but I think he's
No,
crawled
he
back up.
got so cocky. He thought he could
Mhm.
wrestle with one of the best wrestlers that we've seen in history.
And so
Yeah.
I've heard that Khabib's gonna come back to go 50, and he wants to go 50-0.
Really?
For,
I'd like to see
What's he
that.
at right now?
Yeah.
He's 49. He wants to go 50-0. So
He just beat Justin Gaethje. I thought Justin Gaethje was gonna do it, but
Justin
Nah.
Gaethje got worked.
I wouldn't say he got worked. But yeah, when
He
you're
got
facing,
worked.
I think out of all of Khabib's victims, Justin Gaethje's wasn't that bad.
No one has done good against him. No one has.
But I'm saying Justin Gaethje might be the best
no,
we've seen.
because what the fight went to 2 rounds. There's multiple people have taken Khabib to the 3rd round.
But I'm saying those fights have looked way worse than that
I
fight.
mean, Justin Gaethje didn't look good. Like
I'm
just saying.
what I'm
like,
trying to
Khabib
base.
is just so much better. Like he's just.
I understand what you're saying.
Above everyone. It just doesn't. It just didn't look good.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying for that match, Justin got spared. Like he just went out with an easy choke. We've seen Khabib do worse to worse opponents.
I mean,
I'm saying he didn't get worked, but he did lose. Clearly,
I mean,
I wouldn't say he got worked.
I'd say he got worked, man.
I
There's,
wouldn't
like,
say I must have missed something. I
feel
may
like
have to watch
he's-
it back.
He's worked all of his opponents, dude. Like, do you realize this guy's gone 49-0 and never once has bled? He's never bled.
I
once
understand
in a
that. I'm
fight.
saying Gaethje, out of all the total strikes, out of all his opponents, Gaethje had the highest total strikes.
I don't even think that's true.
Next topic. bro.
Next topic. Next topic.
bro.
All right.
Next topic.
So, what was the last movie that y'all watched? Like, let's just go around in a circle.
The last time I watched a movie, Thanksgiving just happened, and I went up to Montana for Thanksgiving to snowboard and chill with the family, and so I took a couple tabs and watched Kill Bill all the way through for the first time, and dude, it was so good.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
Quentin
Kill Bill's a great-
Tarantino is like by far one of the best directors in history.
No, yeah.
I watched the movie Tenet. by
Oh,
that
have
Christopher
you?
Nolan
Christopher
one.
Nolan is my favorite director of all
Dude,
time. Actually,
that movie was actually really good. It was
Yeah.
pretty fucking crazy.
Have you seen Interstellar?
No, I haven't. It was
Ooh,
I
I've seen
haven't
good.
Interstellar
I've seen
as
Interstellar.
the-
Interstellar's trippy.
Interstellar has a basic storyline that in and of itself is trippy because of how complex, like,
Oh, yeah,
you know,
how
quantum
complex.
mechanics and
Yeah.
the theory of relativity is. But at the same time, there's like an underlying story arc of love is the one, like, thing from a higher dimension or the fourth dimension that humans can, like, comprehend and experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like the
It's
whole
like-
thing
yeah.
about the movie is that like love can connect you
Yeah,
To, like,
because it
anybody-
connects
to
yeah,
anybody, yeah.
exactly.
from any distance.
From
no
any
matter if you're
distance.
across the universe,
Like
you
gravity.
can still connect.
Yeah.
It's like a fundamental law of life.
Mm-hmm. And it was, that movie was so good.
Beautiful ending. Also.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Really, like the soundtrack by Hans Zimmer, like so good.
Dude, just-
And then of course Inception. Who the fuck
Oh
hasn't
my god,
seen
Inception.
Inception?
Inception's also
Yeah.
just a trippy.
Yeah,
And then like
so
they
good.
ended off with you still not knowing
Yeah.
like if he's still dreaming or
Yeah.
if he's awake. And they do it on purpose, just like
Mhm.
make you wondering, well, what
But
is it?
He sees his kids.
Again,
Yeah.
still underlined. It's
Yeah.
too- on
But
the-
it is up to chance. But
Yeah.
maybe he is like trapped in a dream state and lets himself see his kids.
But
But
again,
again, he
in-
got out.
No matter if he's in like a dream or not, again, at least he's finally found some semblance
Exactly.
of peace. He's finally, I feel like he's finally been able to like forgive himself
Mhm.
and like
Which is all that matters in the end of the
which is
movie.
all that matters
Yeah.
at the end. Again, he's able to forgive himself and like
And pretty
continue to
much-
move forward.
Yeah,
with his
every
life.
character in the movie finds that.
Yeah.
Which is good because it's a like hard ass action movie, but in the end, everyone like gets the piece that they're looking for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even that dude that they kidnap and like put him in the dream with him
Oh yeah, it's
because he reconnects with his father.
Oh no, yeah, they do that for like they don't even. He doesn't even know that they're
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
with him. But
Yeah.
again, he's still. He doesn't
Yeah.
even know these people were part of his life. But
Exactly.
again, those people help him get that
Yeah.
kind of closure. For what? Again, they help him get closure, but they still steal information
Yeah.
from him.
Well, I think the next topic should
It's
be,
such a smart way of doing it.
I
though,
know, right?
Would you live on Mars? You've seen all the things that Elon has done.
For sure.
Would you
Like
live on Mars
that.
as part of his new colony?
That is the like one. It's gonna be one of the biggest events in human history
Yeah.
when we like stretch our legs as a race and like go to another planet. You know what I'm saying? Like if I had the honor of like being one of the first people to live on Mars, fuck yeah, dude.
Dude,
I would totally do
it'd
that.
Be fun as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
You like literally
Alright.
can explore a new.
Okay,
Yeah.
but you gotta think about it like this, alright? So you're basically going up there and you're staying there forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
Alright,
that's
so
the
you gotta-
sacrifice you would have to
Yeah,
make.
that's the
Yeah, that's the
sacrifice you
sacrifice.
gotta make. So
I'm
like
down
everybody
to
you
die
see,
on
like
Mars,
everybody
just
here,
not on
like
Impact.
you don't see almost ever again.
And
Fuck
and
that.
that's like a slippery slope because you're either thinking I'm saving my race because eventually Earth is definitely going to die, or I'm just perpetuating it into a longer conflict, and in the end we are going to die because we always fuck ourselves. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
Yeah.
you got to give
Humans
it the
by
chance.
nature are
But again, you still
Yeah.
have to get
That's true.
go
Yeah,
out
exactly.
and take that leap of faith, take
And-
that chance.
And like we as a race have proven throughout history that we can pretty much do anything.
Yeah.
Like 300 years ago, no one thought like we could fly. You know what I'm saying? Like no one thought we could fucking have
one thought we'd get off the
telephones.
fucking
Yeah,
Yo, we
ground
can
and
fly?
fucking-
Dude, I can
Yeah,
fly?
fuck
Yo.
you, fuck you.
Yeah, but I think it would be so cool to be like on the new colony on Mars, cause like you get to like you're an explorer, like you can explore Mars, and everything you find is brand new. No one has ever seen this before. You
Yeah.
see it, you can name it whatever you want.
Yeah.
Like you're like an explorer finding something for the first time, and it's just like such a unique
Yeah, it's
like place to be. You're on Mars.
and that like connects with our like one of our like basic human intuitions is like just being pioneers. You know what I'm saying? Exploring the unknown. And yeah, that's like that would be awesome because that would you'd be contributing to something like it would be so much like that's the biggest bigger than yourself you can get. You know what I'm saying?
Dude,
Like-
it'd be amazing to go see Mars. I
Yeah.
think it could be it's a one in a lifetime chance, like one in a lifetime experience.
Mm.
Especially right now. But again, if we do somehow, colonize Mars,
Yeah.
sooner or later there'll be a to where like again you can just make trips back and
Yeah.
forth between Earth and Mars,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
it would
we're still
fucking
good,
works.
like,
And after
50,
Mars,
60
what is
years
it?
away from
Titan, Europa,
Yeah, it'll probably be
Yeah.
some of the moons.
Mhm.
Pluto.
the moons of Jupiter, and all that. Like they,
Yeah.
Because those are
it's
really
We can't-
common.
Yeah, they have water. Like the Europa is just a frozen water thing.
Again,
so there could
we
be
need
a whole
we
ass
just need to work. We
like
just need
ocean
Bro,
with
I'll just bring a big
with
glider
fucking
and I'll live up
organisms
there.
in
To, again, we just need to
Give me
work
one.
our way over there.
Yeah,
I got a hoodie, bro. We'll be fine on that shit.
which is how we do it.
But fuck, what I'm imagining is because again, I'm thinking like Earth. Because again, Mars is a lot small. Again, Mars is smaller than Earth.
Yeah,
Right now, I'm thinking of like like the physical thing that's gonna happen to your body. Because again, the people that live there, again, their bodies are gonna get used to like the lower gravity. So
Yeah.
again, sooner or later, their bodies are gonna morph
Can I actually
to
say
where
as
they're
to-
comfortable there. And
Yeah.
then imagine they might not even be able to come back to Earth because
Yeah.
again, their bodies can't.
we would
handle
have
the
two
gravity.
completely different groups of humans
Yeah.
that
You guys
are
actually
adapted to completely
Adapted to
different
two
planets.
You
different
guys
Yeah.
actually
planets,
make an
yeah.
extremely true point. So, when you live in
True.
space, like when you live in space, I was listening to a guy who lived on the International Space Station. So your bone density starts to get lighter, like so
Mhm.
because your body's like, well, I don't need this giant skeleton to carry me around. So
Yeah.
your bone, you start losing bone mass, your muscles atrophy.
Mhm.
And
Oh, no, yeah,
unless-
that's why
and
when-
if you didn't work out, your body would eventually, like in the course of your lifetime of like only 5 years, your body could completely adapt to higher, lower, or no gravity.
Mhm.
Oh no,
And
yeah.
that in my opinion, that just shows how amazing the human body is. The fact
Yeah.
that it can be like, oh, we're living 1.5 times gravity. Fuck it.
Yeah, every living
care.
organism has the ability, to
To
adapt,
adapt, like-
and it's really cool. Yeah, like
And again, because of that, that's why again astronauts have to be in such peak physical
Mhm.
condition
Yeah.
before they go up there. Because again, when they're
They
up there,
deteriorate.
it's gonna deteriorate. Literally, when astronauts get back from space, they literally are like again, They lose like all
Mhm.
sense of muscle. They literally have to spend.
Well,
Yeah,
About
they
a
have to
few-
recover.
and
They have to be going to recovery. They spend like months in wheelchairs, like
Mhm.
again
if they
learning
didn't
and
work out,
working
Physical
their-
therapy.
physical
yeah.
therapy, trying
Well-
to get their muscles back to what they were.
Their neck
but
muscles.
let me
have
just
to-
say
yeah, they have
that
to
you-
work their neck muscles to fight against the gravity of
Let
Earth.
me just say,
yeah.
if they do
And,
actually
like-
work out now, so they only lose about 5% muscle mass.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
That's still a bunch.
They
Oh, yeah.
keep them obviously like working out, but we're talking about like what like in zero gravity if you didn't.
Oh
keep
no,
yourself-
You'd be
yeah.
fucked.
Yeah.
Like honestly, in zero gravity, you'd be much better
Yeah.
off. Your body would adapt, but you would just not be able to come back.
What
ever.
what's
No,
what
yeah.
I'm thinking
You
about
would become like a
is
fish. Your
how-
Gravity would
tiny.
destroy you basically.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like
no, there's
the
a-
pressure of weight just
Drop
messes
the
with
I
your
forgot.
body.
I forgot what movie it was, but as a form of torture, they took someone who'd been living in outer space, and all they did was just put them on Earth and make them walk, and that was torture. And like,
Yeah, because again, they haven't used their muscles.
that's
Their
how
muscles
bad
are
that would hurt,
weaker.
yeah.
Gravity's pulling down on them, and again, it's
what I'm wondering about is like how would humans evolve, like the humans that are born on another planet. You know what I'm saying?
well again,
Like it obviously like I'm not saying like we're gonna turn into some like aliens or
No, yeah,
some
I get
shit,
what you mean.
but we would like
Sadly,
our
we would
bones
get-
would morph
we
like
yeah, the people living on Mars, they would again, their bodies would adapt, and even like their kids would adapt to where they can live on Mars, meaning to where again, as maybe if after a few generations, they probably won't even be able to go and live back on Earth because again, their bodies just like not even well equipped to handle
Yeah.
the gravity of Earth.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think that would happen because
on
like
Mars
you said,
especially.
people who have never been to space, and we haven't been to space ever as a species.
Again, I'm
And
saying
they
this is
go up
after
there
this is
and
after
they're
a
able to
few
live.
years, not
No,
like
I'm saying our species has never been to space, but we can adapt to space.
Well,
So
yeah,
why
our
would someone
entire
who lived-
species. Never been
So
space.
why would someone who has never has lived on Mars for a few generations not be able to adapt to Earth? It doesn't make sense.
well,
It
again,
would
I'm
just be
thinking
really
just because
painful.
again they
Yeah, it would take some time. It would.
It would take. It takes about a year for
Yeah,
the
but
body
you
to
could
switch back
you
and
could do
forth.
it. You could do it.
Mm.
It wouldn't be.
Is it
after two
Mars?
generations,
Is it
it'd be
Mars?
gone.
Is it?
well again, I'm not saying
75%
like 2 generations. I'm saying after
No,
years and years
I
like
think it's
generations.
lower.
Why would
Maybe.
It change?
I don't-
Why would,
'cause-
would
but again, we
have
don't
the
know.
ability to do it if we've never been to space before, and why would they just lose it for no reason?
60
Well, I'm saying we
2%
don't know
lower.
because again, we've never
But
done
I
that.
mean, we kind of do know.
Yeah,
We've
we
seen
would.
it with us. We've never been to space, but our body can still adapt to it. So why would?
But again, we don't know like the long-lasting effect of again what's going to be like living on another planet and after generation to generation because
Mhm.
again that's a new environment. That's going to
Is-
cause
why
like
would you
new
lose-
things to
why would
happen
you
and
lose
new
your ability
adaptations
to
and
adapt?
mutations.
Why would you lose your ability?
You
to
don't lose
adapt?
your
I'm not saying you
That's
lose your
what he's
ability to
saying.
adapt.
That's
No,
what
I'm
he's
saying no, I'm not saying you lose your ability to adapt. I'm saying again, while you're there, your body's going to adapt to do different things. We don't know entirely what that's going to do to the human body. So again, but I'm saying like somehow there could be like a way to where like again somebody who lives there won't be able to come to
No,
Earth.
well, because when you live there, you still need the fundamental things that you need on Earth. You need oxygen.
So,
like nothing
can
is
I say one
fundamentally
thing?
changing about what a human would do.
Yeah,
Can I
But
say
again,
one-
it
gravity
changing,
would
like-
be the only
The
difference.
only thing
Mhm.
that changes the gravity.
And the
Yeah.
food,
You have
there
the
would be
food,
different-
and your body can
Again,
change.
different
yeah, there would be different
nutrients and
nutrient
things for
levels
that.
in the
But again, I'm
soil
also
and stuff
seeing,
like
like-
that.
If I can
But
interject
I mean,
here,
you would end up eating the same food.
Can I-
Yeah, but
can I
we would
interject
have
here?
like animals eating
Yeah.
food from the planet, so there would be differences. There
I don't
definitely
even
would be
know if we
differences.
I don't even know if we could have animals eat.
Yeah, we could because like the
What's
way
up
that we
there?
would colonize Mars is by terraforming it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we
we
would
have-
make huge greenhouses, releasing greenhouse gases into the
Mhm.
atmosphere. And so yeah, like eventually we'd be able to, you
But
know.
like the dirt, would we use Earth dirt?
So,
or
No,
yeah,
we're
I
no,
gonna-
we'd
Martian-
use Mars.
No, we'd
because-
use the
Martian
nutrients
dirt
from Mars.
needs to
Again,
be
we're gonna
purified. It
I was
has,
gonna
it
say,
has
it's
a way
not-
too high of a level of toxic
Yeah.
metals.
Yeah, like
You can
ammonia.
grow
Exactly,
that
that's
naturally,
why-
But then
You'd have
whatever
to
the
change-
plants
you'd have
grow.
to change that. You
So, like
couldn't
for
teach a
example, let's say you
human to
grow
live on
corn
that.
in Martian soil. That corn will be completely just unedible because it
Mm.
will be so full of like just lead,
Yeah,
tritium, all
but
not tritium, just all these
as-
insane heavy metals.
As we farm the soil on Mars
Yeah,
and
like
use
as-
the same plots and all that, like it will quickly change, you know, the way
Yeah,
that it
for
is.
sure.
Because Earth's soil, like, you know, at one point was the same way.
Yeah, Earth soil.
It was very like
It takes
was
again.
very
You just have to
toxic
keep
and-
using
yeah.
it and repeatedly
But this
using it
was
to take the.
theoretically, you know, millions and millions and millions of years ago, you know. So we would be kind of, well, you know what I think is interesting? There was water on Mars. They have
there
they
is
have
waterfall.
ice caps still, but there's riverbeds and all that, and
They have massive ice caps that are like 3 times the amount of fresh water on Earth. It's fresh water too.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's just
Oh,
like
it
a,
is?
Yep.
like it's like a,
From what
look
I
at-
understand, let me look
Look
that
at
up
Venus.
later.
Venus at one point was probably close to what Earth was, pretty habitable. At one point, Venus was, but things change. And,
Yeah.
And now.
now it's
what do you
Venus.
put it in?
Yeah, now
Now it's
good
just
luck.
Covered in carbon dioxide and
Oh,
Bunch of
I'm capping. It's
toxic
full of
gases.
salt.
what?
It's full of the Martian water is full of salt and toxic metals, but it can be easily.
It can be
purified.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
water is
We
easily
have technology. to
water is
purify
easily
that.
purified.
Yeah. And Yeah,
Not
have
salt
y'all-
water, though.
so-
Salt water is hard to purify.
No,
there's
but
a
heating up.
theory. So you know how
That's
the
not how you purify.
We can
It's
purify
very
ocean water.
yeah we can.
Yeah, you can, but it's very
We
expensive.
purify sewer
Yeah, exactly.
water.
Again,
You can also purify ocean water like naturally.
It's very no. To do it, I guess you can.
Yeah,
do
there
it.
are
Anthony,
like
we can- Anthony, we purify sewage
I know,
water
but it's
at extremely high
but
volumes.
that's because it's what I'm saying is the reason that most countries that live on the sea don't purify the ocean water is because it's very expensive to do.
Yeah, but that's because they're like
if you're
third
living
world
on
countries.
Mars, I don't think expense is really a problem. I mean, you already flew to Mars on a multi-million-dollar rocket.
If we are actually going to
Well,
Mars, I mean, we're
it's-
obviously gonna be pumping.
Yeah, we're
a lot of
gonna
fucking
we'll be
money
bringing
into
like
that,
all the
yeah.
high tech like things like make to get
But-
the planet up and running quickly.
All right, but you have to take that stuff to the planet, so now you have to add time to it
We'd
because
be-
you can't bring everything all at once.
Yeah,
You would
this
take
would
multiple
this would
trips.
take
No, exactly.
probably like 100 to 120 years to
No, yeah, it's going to
terraform
take
Mars.
it's gonna take a
Yeah.
while to terraform.
But that
Mars.
is like
We'll all be dead.
that
by
is
time
the
it's
best
done.
deal
Yeah.
we could get when Mars naturally terraforming would take billions of years. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just what we
I
we
think
have
we're
at our
good right now
disposal.
with using like I'd say robots to go to Mars to
Yeah.
like, use those right now, and then once
Yeah.
those do
get
those
re-
things,
get
you
it-
can just what's
Get
it called?
Mars
Yeah.
ready for us, because
Colonize.
I feel like like the first people who go to Mars, if they go like to try to colonize, that's gonna be hard.
Mhm.
Oh no, yeah.
That's
We
gonna
would
be very
have to
hard.
like I don't think we would have like 100 people go colonize. We would probably send like at least a couple thousand.
I don't.
I feel like
I
it would be
don't know,
it would
I
have
think
to be a
that'd
small
too
group.
hard to sustain.
Yeah.
No, it'd have to be a small group first to get everything set up, and then once they got everything set
Well, yeah, the
up,
first
then
people,
that's when they start
No
sending,
one's like the first people
bunches
to
of
go to
people.
Mars are gonna be astronauts who are going there to set up greenhouses.
I
and
know
things
it's gonna
like
be like the
that.
engineer
Yeah.
and scientists and,
And
everything.
but once we get to like actual colonization, that's gonna be at least like 100
Oh,
years from
yeah.
now. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you send thousands
Yeah.
of people up there.
Right now we're
Of
just at the
different skills.
stage
I don't know if we'll
of
probably start
starting the
maybe, like, actually,
terraforming.
not probably
of Mars.
thousands.
Yeah, and it'll probably be people of like different skill.
Different skills, background, and ethnicities. Just try to incorporate everybody, even from different countries.
We'd
They're gonna-
probably
they're
send the
probably-
best of the best.
No, yeah, they're gonna
Yeah.
probably not best of the best, but kind of best of the best.
Well, it
Yeah.
just
Like again,
depends
we're gonna
who, who
again.
wants to go at the end of
Yeah.
the
It'll be
day.
depend on who wants to go, but again, we're gonna pluck and choose from like again all around the world because
Yeah.
again, they're
I'm
gonna be
sure-
starting a new society.
I'm
So again,
sure
we need to
there's a
we need to make
large
sure we get a
amount
little bit of
Yes,
everything
exactly.
in there before we send it before we
Noah's
send people
Ark
up there.
type shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I
Alright.
feel like there's a lot of people who would.
Oh no, there's a lot of
graciously
people.
leave Earth.
There's a lot of people that would volunteer to go do that. Even
Yeah.
probably like, again, you can probably get up groups of people to like do it. So again, yes, you're leaving like your home, but again, you're at least not leaving like your family, like your friends. Again, they're at least going up in groups, so again, they can figure shit out.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's
I think that's a wrap.
I think that's a wrap
So
for the
this has been the
podcast.
Raw Brunch with TJ.
Deuce.
TZ.
Big Nate.
Chris.
Anthony.
And
Momentarily, Ben.
All right, and thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next episode.
And remember our sponsor. Remember? Allegedly.
Our sponsor for this episode was Weed Maps. Weed Maps helps you locate your nearest dispensary, whether it be for CBD or THC. Learn more at weedmaps.com/rawbrunch. That link isn't fucking real. So.
Yeah, link.
I be capping.